giving you the real from A to Z surrounding the Dallas Cowboys. News, updates, rumors, transactions, takes, and more. So strap up, Cowboys Nation, and start your day off with A to Z Sports. Live with Will Steele.
3, 2, 1.
Here we go! Good morning, good people. Happy Friday, baby. Welcome to A to Z Sports Live. I am your host, Will Skywalker Steele. It is Feel Good Friday, and I cannot wait for Sunday. That's why I'm feeling good. I'm letting y'all know right now. That's why I'm feeling good, man. We're streaming live on all platforms, YouTube, Facebook, and of course, Twitter. A to Z Sports Dallas. Make sure y'all jump in on this thing. We got a good show coming up today. We're going to be talking about a line shift. I'm not talking about the spread. No, I'm talking about over and under. No. I think we have real life line movement. Yeah, we've been talking about it for the last few weeks, and I think it's here, y'all. So we'll get into that. It's also Mailbag Friday. So we'll head on into YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. No Instagram mailbags today. We didn't get enough good questions over there, but we got the rest of you guys covered. So stick around for that as well. Hey, we'll also be joined by A to Z Sports writer for Kansas City. We'll be joined by him. He'll come through and we'll talk a little bit about KC Dallas matchup. And then, of course, the phone lines will be open for you guys to jump on in 351-999-3787, 351-999-3787. In fact, there we go. Oh, okay. So now, Restream want to act right. All right. We're good here. I had to do some old finessing real quick, but we got it up in here already. Mr. Dylan.
Super chat.
Thank you, good sir. He says, good morning, good sir, and happy TGIF. Hope you have a great weekend, and let's go Cowboys. Can I get a hell yeah? And also 2 claps and a Ric Flair. Woo, he want a hell yeah and 2 claps and a Ric Flair. Here you go.
Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
I got you, brother. I got you, man. Hey, Cowboys Nation, we got some news. I can't wait to talk to y'all about that. I really do want y'all to call in today because I want to hear your thoughts on this potential shift we got that we'll attack after the roundup. But we have some shout-outs in order here. TC915, Old Head, a.k.a. Doug Smith in the building, David C., Mark DeJour, Nisi, Kevin, Z, Eric over on Facebook, Angelica, Rika Moving the Chains. Make sure y'all check out her show as well. Dorian, Tim Johnson says, good morning, Blaze the Nation. Stevie Mac, the mod guy, Big Boy from VA in the building, 2 up, 2 down. T-Mac, Peter Rizzo, who was it? Rudy, Iceberg Q, Charlene, my guy Trey Manning. He was feeling the beats earlier. I appreciate that, man. Dialing, of course, Alpha Mason. Show me your TDs. I can't get over that. Derek Smalls. What else we got in here? Professor O. Hey, Professor O, they was loving your Professor O Obscured Stats of the Week, man. We got to keep that up. And then, of course, CJ Richards over on Facebook as well. Always tuning in every day. I appreciate you guys coming through. It's Friday. Let's have a good show. Let's have fun. Y'all know I like to bring energy and talk some real Cowboys football. What's up, Tim? And what's up, Dennis? And C is in the building as well. Hey, man. Let's jump into this roundup because I'm ready to get into it. I don't know how long the show is going to be today, but I definitely want to touch on this and obviously get to the mailbag later as we talk to our writer over at A to Z, KC, when he comes through. But let's get into the roundup, man, because there's some good news that came out of that. All right?
Looking at my Gucci, it's about that time.
It's time! It's time!
It's time!
It's time!
It's time.
It is time for.
It's time for the morning roundup. Round 'em up, boys.
Yes, indeed. The morning roundup presented by Texas Family Fitness. TFF. Our guys over at TFF, man, check them out. Listen, man, they have a Black Friday sale going on right now at Texas Family Fitness. So get started today with a $0 enrollment. Don't wait until the new year to get started on a fitness routine. Start accomplishing your fitness goals today at the best gym in the DFW area. If you guys wanted to find out more about the sale and just Texas Family Fitness in general, head on over to any of the 9 locations or hit up TexasFamilyFitness.com. Lots of news. Lots and lots of news. Stephen Jones went on the radio yesterday, and he talked about, gave us some updates on D-Law. He was the main guy I wanted to kind of hear about. Apparently him, Randy Gregory, and Neville Gallimore won't return in the next few weeks, more like 3 to 4 weeks. I'm not really quite sure what's going on down there in Dallas right now in regards to these timelines. But we had heard Neville Gallimore was 5 to 8 weeks, and now he's about to miss almost the entire season. Huh? What's going on? D-Law's about right. Broken foot, you have to make sure that's good to go. And later in the mailbag segment, there was a question posed with D-Law again. It's been kind of quiet. Cowboys got on this win streak and things like that. We haven't really talked about them. But there was an interesting question that was brought back up that we'll touch on a little bit. But, you know, it's very strange how they come out with the prognosis is, 5 to 8 or 2 to 3 weeks. And now we're looking at, for Gregory, a month or more. Who knows now with the way this is going on. So likely won't get D-Law and Gregory and Gallimore back until that home stretch in December, which, if Cowboys keep winning, that's fine. But we got to get these guys back to get their feet up under them, right? Get their sea legs. We don't want to get into the postseason and it's D-Law's first game back, right? La'el Collins, guys. Did you guys check out La'el Collins' interview yesterday? They asked him, and his answer was pretty straightforward. Do you intend on being on the right side? He said, yeah. Yeah, I do. All expectations are that Terrence Steele will be moved back to swing tackle. Good news on the injury front means Tyron Smith is back in action. We get your all-pro, Hall of Fame, all-time talent guy back on that right side at the right time, or left side at the right time, going up against Kansas City. Not saying they have this, ferocious pass rush, but to get a veteran guy like that and a guy like Tyron back on the road where you're going to need him is great. And we're going to talk about this here. We're going to talk about this here because it sounds like, according to La'el and guys down in Dallas, he's going to remain at right tackle, meaning Steele's going to be at left. But what about old left guard? Or Steele's going to remain at swing tackle, but what about left guard? Is there going to be a changing of the guards, ladies and gentlemen? I think so. In fact, there was a nugget that Brian Broaddus dropped yesterday on his show, 105 Through the Fan, G-Bag Nation. He talked about how he thinks and he's hearing. In fact, I'll let you guys listen to what Brian Broaddus has to say. And then coming out of it, I'll tell you what he told me.
Reps. I think the big question coming up, we had Todd Archer on yesterday. Mm-hmm. We might see a switch at left guard. We might see. Yeah, we might
what?
See. So
the McGovern?
The McGovern, yeah. So keep an eye on what's going to happen. Maybe I didn't leak out of practice, but I'm kind of hearing some whispers. So let's need to keep an eye on that. Hopefully I can run down some stuff. I was trying to do it before the show to see where we're at. But let's see. They might be making a change at left guard this week. Again, Jerry and those guys probably trying to keep a competitive advantage here, but we'll see if we can figure it out.
Very interesting.
Yes, that is very interesting. A lot of people want it to be La'el Collins. You guys know me. I think that once La'el Collins gets his feet up under him, and he started to last week, he looked a ton better. He looked much better. I think you have a stud at right tackle. And I love what Terrence Steele has done. But I value having a swing tackle. Y'all know that. I talk about that a lot. Because what happens with Tyron Smith, what happens with La'el Collins, these guys are going to need someone that can fill in that you can trust. So it looks like La'el's going to stay at the right side. So I wanted to confirm this. Is this happening? His words was yes. He will be starting. Connor McGovern will be your left guard from what I'm being told right now. I mean, that could be wrong, right? But I trust who I trust. And I think that the staff played this very well. Very well. Buy or sell for you guys. A quick buy or sell, right? Connor McGovern at left guard for Connor Williams. And we'll talk about what this projected line will look like. Buy or sell Connor McGovern at left guard for Connor Williams. How y'all feeling about it? Huh? How y'all feeling? Thank you, Josh Jones, for the $5 donation. Appreciate you.
Super chat.
Mark says, I hope Tyron is healthy and he's not rushing back. They're not rushing him back too soon. I hope that as well, too. Mark, I feel confident that they're not rushing him back, right? Because it's been, 3 weeks? It's been 3 weeks. Time, only thing that can heal what Tyron has is time. So the projected lineup against Kansas City is Tyron Smith at left tackle, Connor McGovern left guard, Biadasz remains at center, Zach Martin right guard, and Lyle is firmly, squarely back at right tackle. We couldn't really say that yet because Tyron Smith was out. You guys are buying it, every single buy. Okay, so OG or Old Head, I can't disrespect my Ola OG. Old Head said Collins at left guard. Everyone else is buying it. Yeah, I'm buying it all day and tomorrow. We talked about this earlier in the week. At some point, Connor, right? Like at some point, the penalties are going to catch up to you. Really, no matter how well you're playing, you would have to be playing at a Tyron Smith level for them to ignore your penalties because the target is now on your back. It's on your back. So is this going to be a long-term thing? I don't know. But I tell you what, it's one hell of a message to send to Connor. Now let's see what Connor McGovern has. You know, you got about 7 or 8 games for that to happen. Now, if Connor McGovern goes in there and he looks bad, then, you know, you put Connor Williams back in the ball game. But I think it's a good idea to do it now and not wait till later. Because if you wait till later, if you try to make this move 2 games before the playoffs, you could be setting yourself up for failure. So I buy this move all day and tomorrow. The funny thing is, even with Tyron Smith coming back, Lyle Collins available, we still won't see the projected starting lineup that was supposed to be heading into the season. Mr. Tamar said, but Sky, most of those penalties were falsely. Hey, as we talked about, half of those penalties were BS. But guess what? It doesn't matter anymore. It doesn't matter because you have that target on your back, right? Like we talked about. That target's on your back. They're going to treat you like a Dennis Rodman, right? They're going to treat you like a Draymond Green. Any slight, and that's a basketball reference, any slight of a penalty, of a foul, they're going to call it. They're going to call it. They're going to reverse treat you like James Harden now, right? James Harden's not getting those crap calls anymore. They're actually calling offensive fouls on him, but that's neither here nor there. Adrian says the grass ain't always greener. Well, we about to find out, ain't we? Huh? We about to find out. I don't mind it, y'all. I don't mind it. And it's because we have to see at some point, think about this for a second. Connor McGovern has played mostly on the right side. I think he filled in pretty well for Zach last year. Definitely in week 1, I thought he held his own. I think he is a stronger player than Connor Williams. Even when Connor McGovern gets pushed back, and everyone gets pushed back. I mean, Hall of Famers even get pushed back sometimes. But even when Connor McGovern gets pushed back, I think his ability to re-anchor is better than Connor Williams. Is he a better player? We don't know that yet. We're about to find out, though. But we don't know that yet. So I buy it, man, because Connor Williams, I mean, someone said it last week. I think it was Fresh Fade. Don't dismiss it. I don't feel confident about them re-signing Connor Williams. So if you're not going to re-sign Connor Williams, let's see what you have moving forward in-house. And in-house, you got a guy, Connor McGovern. Let's see what you got. T-Mac said, I tried to tell folks to slow down on Biadasz. He just needed time. Yeah, I raised my hand. I was being greedy about Tyler Biadasz. I was being greedy. But at the same time, I kept saying, I understand he's only played like 9 games. He needs time, et cetera, et cetera. And that time came, and he's been better. He's absolutely been better. In fact, in run block win rate, Tyler Biadasz is ranked in the top 5 for centers. Not bad at all. It was always, though, his pass blocking that needed to kind of be better a little bit. And Duke Manyweather always talked about his offhand getting better. And I just think more experience and things like that, he'd be better. How much better? I don't know. But there was a clear issue in the middle of the offensive line that I think has been cleaned up. So he deserves to stay in there. And at the same time, Connor Williams keeps racking up the penalties. Leads the league. 13 penalties overall, y'all. Can't have it, man. You just can't have it. Zach says, and Zach, stick around. I got your question later. We should let Terrence play fullback like Connor was doing. Listen, I'm not putting anything past Kellen Moore. Love Connor McGovern there, but that boy Terrence still got some wheels low key. So they could even do some more fun things with Terrence Steele if they want to put him in that Hawk package or at that fullback position or spread him out wide. Or you can just do a lot of things when you've got 7 guys that you can legitimately play and feel okay about. You can do a lot of things. Jacob says he sells it. Do you want to keep Connor? All these Connors. Do you want to keep Williams in over McGovern? Let's get into the phone lines here. Oh, hey, what you got for us, man?
Well, I feel honored today. I figured I'd call you just to say, hey, putting Collins at left guard is not a demotion. You want the best 5 on the field.
Who said it was?
No, well, I'm not saying you are. I'm saying whenever I suggest Collins going in at left guard and leaving Steele at right tackle, that's if and only if Tyron is ready to get in at left tackle.
He is ready.
Tyron, the key to the whole thing is if they're not trying to rush Smith back in, because he's made it longer this season without a major health problem than I expected, and I'm proud of him because he's by far the best man on the field with Zach, but as far as the tackle goes, he's the best on the field. You know, if he's healthy, if he stays healthy.
And who's your best right tackle when healthy? Overall, with no other problems or questions to be solved, It's going to be Lyle. Okay.
It's going to be Lyle. But here's the key. If you put Collins at left guard and you keep Zach at right guard, your problem with Biadasz goes away. And it's gradually improved over the season.
I was just about to say, is it a problem?
Players.
Is it a problem anymore with Biadasz though?
Well, but see, if you've got him protection on both sides, it ceases to be a weakness at all. And all he's got to do is keep developing like he is, which he is considering to, and which he's continuing to do. But like you said, Williams may be back, he may not be back. McGovern may be ready to start. He may not be ready to start. But with Smith, Collins, Biadasz, Martin, and Steele, you've got the best 5 linemen.
Can I ask you? How do you
in positions?
Well, how do you know Lyle? I'm not opposed to Lyle Collins at left guard, but they've clear. I don't know why we're talking about that anymore because they clearly have went with McGovern. But nonetheless, how do you know? How do you know Lyle Collins at left guard is the best? He's the best 5? We don't know that. That's the 5 you want, and that's what I'm trying to get the people to understand. That's what you want. We technically don't know that. We don't even know if McGovern is going to be the best 5. Here's the only thing we do know.
But
we know.
We already know that LC. We already know LC is a potential All-Pro, regardless of where he plays, and he's got the physical characteristics to succeed at guard or tackle.
I'm not disagreeing with that, but you don't know that. He's a great player. You don't know what LC is going to be at left guard, right? He hasn't practiced. He just practiced at left guard last week for the first time since 2016, right? 2016, where McGovern has been a guard for his whole career.
Disagreement.
Right.
No disagreement there.
So
what I'm saying is
hold on. Hold on. He has experience 5 years ago. Connor McGovern has more recent experience. I asked you a question earlier because I was setting you up. I asked you, who is the best right tackle on this team when healthy? What was your answer?
With everything else being equal, it would be Collins. No.
Then that's it.
You're trying to lawyer.
What question?
You're trying to lawyer me. Yes or no. I just ask a simple question.
It's
yes
a simple
or no.
question.
There's too many.
So
there's
if
too many
La'el
factors.
Collins is your best right tackle when healthy, why on God's green earth would you move your best right tackle, who has potential to be a top-tier tackle, who has been there before?
You have a feasible substitute for Steele. If
What
your
if I
weak
told
spot
you
is
you
left
have
guard,
a feasible
you put your best
substitute
guy there.
for Connor Williams, and his
Put your
name
best
is
guy
Connor
at left guard.
McGovern?
That's Collins.
Huh?
I say put your best guy that can play left guard. Put your best guy in there, and I feel like
So left
if they'll
guard.
start
So,
working him now. That's Collins. That's La'el.
what if I
Steele has proven he can anchor the right side.
wait? What if I told you we had a feasible replacement for Connor Williams, and his name is Connor McGovern? What would you say about that?
We've always known Connor McGovern is there, and he's possibly the backup at center as well. And he's also they're getting him on the field.
See, you
so he
lawyering
can
me.
do
You
all
ain't
the
answering
funny-
the question.
No, I'm playing. I'm not letting you lawyer me. That's what you're doing. But what I'm saying is, if you want to
Answer
go
the
with
question.
the Tony Wise method, put the best five on the field. You're going to put La'el
don't
at
know.
left guard and Steele at right tackle, because Steele's too tall
Sir.
to be a guard. He's in the way.
Sir,
La'el is short enough to be a guard.
sir, if that was the best five, according to the coaches, don't you think Connor Williams and McGovern would be on the bench and LC would be at right guard right now? If that was what they believe is the best five?
I think that they're trying to force the issue and make either McGovern or Williams fit at left guard. I don't trust the politics.
Fam.
I'm looking for the best team on the field, not who's politically.
Somebody said we need our own
or-
debate show. We do need our own debate show over here because you want to do what you want to do. Listen to what you're saying and just let me talk for a quick
I
second.
know. But I'm the old lineman here. I'm the short, fat guy. You're the youngster that gets to talk on TV. I'm just trying.
What does that have to do with what I'm about to say? Time out.
I'm just trying to.
You said the
defend one
most.
form.
You said the most feasible thing. The most feasible thing would not to be move a guy who hasn't played that position in 5 years to that position
He's one of the best five.
over a guy who has played guard for his entire freaking life. That wouldn't be feasible.
got how many-
You said
how many holding penalties?
You said I gotta mute you, bro. You said you're going to force the issue with McGovern. How is McGovern forcing the? Yes, you did.
You do know about Williams. That's the problem. You don't know about McGovern for sure, except that he can play in the backfield. And he can probably play the position, no doubt. But we don't know for
Oh, my
sure.
goodness,
we
man.
do know that La'el is one of the best five. And we do know that Steele right now is one of the best five.
You know, here's
If you put him in the
you
right
know what's
position.
funny? Y'all so crazy, man. Here's what's funny. You would have never said Terrence Steele was one of the best five coming into this year. He got the opportunity to show
No,
he was
he
the best.
wouldn't have.
He got the
But he
opportunity.
proved
Let me.
himself.
That's it. You got to go. You let the opportunity, and I got to let you go because you just keep cutting me off, man. You got the opportunity. He got the opportunity to show that he was the best five. Connor McGovern has the opportunity now. Let Connor McGovern show that he's part of this best five. And if so, you now have a legitimate top 6 or 7. If he does not work out, sure, you can move things around. But I think you're talking ass backwards when you say forcing the issue with a guard playing guard. No. Forcing the issue would be a right tackle playing left guard, a position he hasn't played in 5 years. And I digress. My goodness, man. Just say that's what you want to happen. That's where I'm trying to get at with everyone. We don't know what the best five is because the best five coming into the season had nothing to do with Terrence Steele. We don't even know if McGovern's going to be the best five. About to find out, though. And you know what? Jacob, save me, Jacob.
Hello.
Yeah, what's up, man?
Good morning, sir. How you doing?
He come in fire. He come in wanting to fuss and argue. What's up, bro?
Hey, man. I know you're ready on a hot hit, but I'm not gonna say I'm gonna go with old head, but I'm kind of having to agree with him a little bit.
That's the thing. I'm not opposed to moving LC to left guard. I'm opposed to how he's promoting his whole idea. He's not making sense. He's talking backwards. But anyway, go ahead. Give your opinion on the situation.
So I kind of agree with both of you guys, but as far as getting the best five, I think, like I put earlier, I would sell the moving McGovern to guard only because Coach McCarthy talked about all the time with the camaraderie with the guys, and I think Connor Williams, he's not the best one out there between the two, but I think McGovern is better off playing that fullback role than Connor Williams, because I think that's what they're just going to end up doing with Williams, just to get the best lineman out there as well.
So you'd risk the right guard position potentially being upgraded, or maybe being the same in regards to play, but nullifying the penalties because of a fullback position?
So not necessarily because of the fullback, but because, McGovern, yes, I understand that McGovern played guard all his life. But he's never really, I don't want to say he's never played left guard, but he was always a right guard in college and in the NFL. When Martin was out, that's who came in and replaced. I don't remember Connor Williams ever missing a game.
He did. He missed the game in the second year, but that's neither here nor there.
Okay. Yeah, and then Lyle, he played left guard. His rookie year, I believe it was. But either way, you keep Lyle at tackle. You do not move him. That's where he's made all pro at. That's his job.
Oh, he didn't make all pro.
And that's there. That he's there. So, but I don't know. I guess I just want to stick with Williams just to see. Because I'm just worried with Chris Jones coming into town. I just don't know how McGovern would do on that left side. I guess we just got to give him a shot.
Got to give him a shot. Hey, we didn't know what Terrence Steele would do at right tackle, and he surprised us. And let's kind of give some credit to this coaching staff, this Joe Philbin. Joe Philbin has given, and Mike McCarthy, they have given Connor Williams a long leash. Yeah. He's been committing multiple penalties every other game. And that's why, and I hear you, because play-wise, I hear why you would want to keep Connor Williams in. But at some point, you do have to send a message, right? Like, you do have to say, listen, bro, if you're not going to clean it up, then we got to sit you on the bench, because you can't constantly continue to get 3-4 penalties. That's too much. So we're going to see what Connor McGovern can do. It doesn't necessarily mean he's going to be great, but we got to see the opportunity. And if your right tackle that you just talked about, in Lyle Collins, is back, he's healthy, he's getting back in playing shape. In fact, go listen to his interview. He talked about everything that we kept talking about over the weeks. Hey, I just got to play. The more reps I play, the better I'll be. It's different practicing against air than it is going up against guys in game. So the more game reps he's getting, the better he's getting, and he'll get back to that top tier talent that he is. So if that's the case, why would you do that? Why would you say, I'm going to put the lesser player in just because he's replacement level, and move this player I haven't played for 5 years into this position where I don't know what he's going to be in a short period of time, when, yes, Connor McGovern hasn't played left guard, but he's played guard. We're talking about guard to guard, man. I think we're making way too much fuss about going from right to left in regards to guard.
Yeah, no, if there's anything, and if there's one position change, I think it's the one they are doing for this game, which is the guard to guard. You don't need to be moving a tackle to guard and then bringing another tackle. And it's just too much, moving around in what we play a game in 2 days. You know what I mean?
2 games, yeah.
So, but all right, Scott. Well, I'll let you get to it, man. Have a good day, buddy.
All right, bro. Real quick, we have Justin Churchill. He is a writer from A to Z Sports, Kansas City, on the phone with us, joining us live here to break down a little bit more of this game. What's up, Justin?
Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm good, brother. Did you come in when I was fussing?
Yeah, I did.
Welcome to the show. Me and Old Head always fuss, man.
Appreciate it.
So, man, Justin, real quick, can you tell everybody what you do for us over at A to Z Sports, Kansas City?
Yeah, man. Basically the same thing that you do. Only we do not yet have a show. We're a little bit behind Dallas in terms of growing. I think we started a little after y'all, so we don't have a show just yet. We'll get there eventually. But basically our right, but basically the same kind of stuff that you do, and what people are following with y'all over at Dallas is basically what I do.
All right, man. All right. So listen, let's get right into what's going on with this game. I want to start off hot, right off the top rope with your guy, Patrick Mahomes. He came back in this Raiders game and got his groove back. And I believe it was Travis Kelce who said they got their swagger back. And you could see Travis Kelce was doing all the dances and everything. A whole lot of swagger was in that game. But can you talk about why was Patrick Mahomes so up and down prior to that game with turnovers? And he was clean in Oakland, or I'm sorry, in Las Vegas. But why was he so up and down with the turnovers prior to that?
It's really a great question that I don't think many people have been able to figure out yet. And I don't think it's that it's been terrible. I think it's that it's bad for Patrick Mahomes, if that makes sense. Because you look at the stats around the league, you got Tom Brady leading the league in touchdowns, but I mean, if we're talking turnovers as a whole, he has 7 more than Patrick Mahomes, if we're talking about fumbles as well. So I think it's just bad for Patrick Mahomes. You see receivers not catching the ball, tipping the hands, going into the air maybe 3 or 4 times, and the rest of them are just bad reads on the offense. The offense has really been disappointing so far this year, honestly.
Yeah, and listen, you guys have a ton of weapons. You guys have a great scheme and things like that. Is the offense disappointing due to Pat's play, or is it disappointing due to possibly the O-line early in the season not really being at the top shape?
I think you can give the bad credit to both of them, honestly. The chemistry between Pat and the line just early in the season, it might not have just been there yet. You're talking about 3 rookies starting on the offensive line and then one new guy in Joe Tooney. So that's 4 basically guys that weren't there last year that Pat's got to get chemistry with. 4 guys that are more known for the run blocking, honestly, and this is a team that does not really run the ball. So I guess it just took time. You seen last week against the Raiders that Pat 400 yards. He let it fly last week. So I think that they're getting back in the groove. Obviously, the Cowboys are a different defense than the Raiders, so we'll have to see how that goes. But I think they're getting there. I don't think they're quite at the level they have been the past few years yet. The struggles are still going to be there. Turnovers are still going to be there. And, of course, we all know about the Chiefs' defense. It's just it's not very good.
Yeah, let's talk about that Chiefs defense a little bit, man. Steve Spagnuolo, I think his time there is a little bit overdue. Am I wrong by saying that?
No, I don't think you're wrong. And,
okay.
Chiefs fans are a lot like Cowboys fans, and they want to win every single year. And if not, changes need to be made. And that's what the Chiefs face is kind of feeling like right now with Spags. I mean, obviously he's done a better job than Sutton a few years ago. But other than that, we haven't really seen major improvements like we should, especially with the players that are on this defense. You got Tyrann Mathieu, you got Chris Jones, Frank Clark, who hasn't really played up to his contract. But, yeah, I think it's safe to say that if changes aren't made, then it could be his time to go.
Yeah, I mean, I would say so. You got players over there. I talked about this with one of our guys at Collier Media. I think you guys have players, but I don't think the scheme is matching them right now. And Spags, I think throughout his career has been up and down, hit or miss with his aggressive approach. Now, do you? I don't know Spags, from week to week. Does he change up his approach from week to week, or is he pretty much a stubborn guy that's going to run what he wants to run? Because the Cowboys, if you want to blitz the Dallas Cowboys, you better get home.
No, he's a guy that, from what I've noticed, just the few years I've covered them, he kind of keeps it, for the most part, the same. He's a big blitz guy, maybe when they shouldn't be, because the blitz obviously doesn't work too much. You're talking about a team that is not very good at stopping the run, and then sending in two more guys maybe for a blitz also doesn't help the pass coverage. So he kind of keeps it the same for the most part. I think that if he were to change it, it might be a little better, especially towards the backfield, the defensive backfield side, with just the guys that we have in Tyrann Mathieu, allowing him to play a little bit more freely instead of sending him every time. Which Tyrann Mathieu's great at getting to the quarterback, as we've seen throughout his career, but allowing him and Juan Thornhill to kind of roam the field would be great as well.
That's my guy, Juan Thornhill, man. Moment of silence for him. Should be a Cowboy. Let's go back to the other side of the ball real quick. Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill. Who's the most important weapon for the Kansas City Chiefs?
I think, that's I actually ask that a lot. It's a very tough question because, as you know, and the Cowboys are kind of the same. Either one of these guys can have their week and just explode for an enormous amount of offense just whenever. And if one doesn't have it, most likely the other one does, And so Travis Kelce, I think, is a guy that is unguardable in a sense that he's not the fastest and he's not the strongest, but his route running is just so good and he has such good hands that it's kind of hard to match up with him. And then Tyreek Hill, as we all know, he has the lightning speed and the jumping ability, obviously, just the athleticism is there.
Yeah.
If you ask me, I'd say from what the Chiefs' offense is used to, I'd say Tyreek Hill because they're known for the big plays down the field. This year, though, I'd say it's Travis Kelce.
Yeah.
This team needs to start taking, the short passes, the check downs. They need to do that more, the simple stuff. They might not want to, but I think that's what they need to do, and I think that starts with Travis Kelce.
Yeah, I'm with you. I think the most important weapon, and I said this the other day, the most explosive weapon, the most dangerous weapon to me is Tyreek. But the most important weapon is Travis Kelce, especially this season,
right.
Because I feel like from what I've seen, a lot of teams are playing you guys too high. They're not allowing that single coverage to let you guys go deep. And even when they do single up, they'll put a guy over a safety over top of Tyreek Hill and make you beat them in the middle of the field. And that's where Travis Kelce can just eat you up with the yak and getting open and things like that. Final question,
right,
brother.
exactly.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, I was just agreeing with you. Go ahead.
Final question. The offensive line is not a bad offensive line to me. Earlier they had to gel, but I think, Creed Humphrey is forming into one of the best young centers in the league. Orlando Brown is Orlando Brown. Joe Thuney has been a good guard his whole career. But that right side, that right tackle, I noticed one of the cats are out, and then Mike Remmers is on injured reserve. Andrew Wiley, man, is he going to be a problem for y'all this week? Because I've seen him, Max Crosby, just get after him constantly, play after play against the Raiders, or with the Raiders. Yeah.
That is something that I was worried about. Andrew Wiley, it's kind of a love-hate relationship with Chiefs fans with him because he's had great games blocking great defenders. But like you said last week, he did not play good at all. So like you said, the left side is great for the most part. Creed Humphreys is, I think PFF has him graded as the fourth highest offensive lineman in football, and he's a rookie. So
might be the best center in the league.
Right. And so I think that they're good there. But like you said, the right side definitely has some issues. Luckily, that's not Pat's blind side, so they should be good there. But, I mean, who is starting for the Cowboys at left defensive end?
It'll probably be a combination of Basham and Armstrong switching sides, but you'll likely get Micah Parsons on third downs against him.
Right. So the Parsons, man, his speed is crazy.
Parsons is going to get that boy trouble. I'm just telling you that right now, Justin.
Yeah, for sure. So I'm definitely worried. But, I mean, it's been the same thing all year. So if they can adjust and figure out how quick Pat needs to get rid of the ball, when Dallas is sending the blitz, when they're sending Parsons, I think they'll be fine. But if it starts out ugly, then it's probably going to end ugly because that's how this Chiefs team's been all year.
All right, what you got for the game, man? Prediction, give us it.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and say, so usually, when we see matchups like this with two high-powered offenses, we expect it to be, in 40s, 50s. I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think both these teams' defenses are trending in the right direction. I think it's going to be maybe 27-24. I got Dallas just because, Kansas City, they have the offense, but they've won 3 in a row. But the past 3 teams that they've played are not quite to the level as Dallas. Dallas might be the best team in the NFC. So I got Dallas 27-24 over the Chiefs. But I wouldn't be upset if the Chiefs won.
Of course not, right? Listen, I don't know how to take this Cowboys love right now. I don't like it. I don't like it. I need people doubting the Cowboys, man. Doubting the Cowboys. Hey, appreciate you, Justin, for joining us. Let them know where they can find your articles and things like that, because I'm pretty sure you've been writing about this matchup this week.
Oh yeah, I'll have one coming out later today about 3 things the Chiefs can do to win this matchup. Have some stuff coming out later on in the week, but A to Z Kansas City, just like A to Z Dallas, but A to Z Kansas City. If you go to the A to Z Sports website, I'm pretty sure we have a drop down that has the Nashville site, the Dallas site, and the City site. So just click on Kansas City, and you can find some of my stuff. You can see what I think about the Dallas Cowboys, or you can go to my Twitter at Justin L. Church.
All right, man. Hey, appreciate you, Justin. Make sure I check him out.
Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, brother. That was Justin Churchill from A to Z Sports Dallas. I'm sorry, A to Z Sports Kansas City. Make sure I check him out. Real quick. Looks like his comments is being deleted. Y'all don't got to delete his comments, Stevie Mac. Unless he's saying something crazy in there. I don't know. I haven't been seeing him. Listen, me and O-Head fuss. This is the first time I had to mute him because he just kept talking over me. O-Head, man. I just keep talking. I don't want to be this guy. But god dang it, this is my show. Okay? So, you know what I mean? If I say, wait a minute, let me finish. Cuz, god dang it, this is my show. Somebody said, well, why'd you mute him? Because he kept talking over me while I was trying to get my point out. But that's my guy, though. So if he's not saying nothing, y'all funny. If he's not saying nothing in the chat that is inappropriate, don't do that to him, man. Don't do that to him. I like what he calls it. I know we're going to fuss. And the thing is, some of the things he was saying is not a problem. You know the old saying, it ain't what you say, it's how you say it, right? Don't come in here looking for the smoke, and then when I give you the smoke, eh? All right, let's get to 510. 510, what it is, what it do.
Kyle Walker, what's up, my man? It's been a while. It's the Bay Area, man. I haven't called in a while. It was my last time I called in was Minnesota. It was my birthday, the day of the game, so it's been a blur. Everyone was serving me shots. We was over at David Buster's watching the Halloween game, and it's been a while. But you called it last week, man. You said they was going to put a 40 burger on the birds, and they did it, man. I wasn't sure, but hey, you called it.
They did it in the first.
Guys
they did it in the first half. Like,
oh my gosh,
crazy.
dude! You know what? Help me get a little superstitious. Some of the sports fanatics gear, right? I didn't get dressed up for the Broncos game, man. I was still in my drawers watching the game. But all season, I got dressed up. Even if I didn't go nowhere, in my living room, got my Cowboys gear. But the day I didn't dress up, man, we got bounced on, man.
Gotta dress up this week.
Atlanta game, I got dressed up. By halftime, the game was over. I went to church, man. It was that early in the morning because it's early over here in the Bay Area. It was like, 11 o'clock by the time it was already 36 to whatever it was, 36 to 3. So, I just want to give a shout out, man, to your show. I mean, I love your show, man. This is Bro G31. I want to give a shout out to All Head, man. You guys, man, you guys empty the clip this morning. Got the juices flowing, man.
We did,
but he was cut.
We did, don't we?
He was cutting you off, man, so I understand where you're coming from. I understand what both of you guys were trying to say, but I like the move the coach is making. So far, this year, the coaches haven't let us down. They've been making all the right moves, man. So, hey, whatever they do, I'm with it. Unlike other years, man, where, they put a couple other people in and they don't put players in that's supposed to be in. They're kind of like head scratchers. Hey, this is a different year when it comes down to the coaching staff. I haven't seen this good coaching since Jimmy Johnson, man. He made all the right moves, all the right chess moves. I want to, give a shout out to all the callers that come in. That's what makes this show, man. The callers that call in, like Old Head, Tony from Tampa. Yeah. I think your preacher man, Marcus. Is he the preacher man?
Marcus calls in great calls.
Yeah, Marcus said a comment that stuck to me, man. He said, man, what was it? Excellence is not a habit. You remember what he said? Remember, he was like,
I think it was something along the lines of, and then somebody can maybe say it here. Excellence is like not an accident, it's a habit or something like that. And I could be wrong, but they could talk about it. But yeah, man, I firmly believe this is the best interactive morning show that there is out there in regards to the Dallas Cowboys. I truly stand on that, and it's because of y'all, the way y'all interact and how I interact with you guys. So I appreciate that, man. Appreciate you shouting out the day ones too.
Yeah, man. Marcus the lunatic, Poochie beating Cowboys, my Spanish guy, and this O-line ship. I like it. Like I said, hey, kind of, like what's his name had a target. Connor Williams has a target. It's not his really play, but yeah, like you said. I heard you said I think it was 2 days ago about you referred him to Draymond Green of the Warriors. I'm from the Bay Area, so I see the Warriors play every day, and he does have he could just say. Just give a look to the referee, and boom, they tee him up. He only got to say nothing.
Yeah.
So it's getting to that point, man. We can't handle penalties in crucial situations, man.
I'm 100% with you, man. And I've been the one riding for Connor, saying, "Yo, he's not playing bad, y'all." But it gets to a point where I can't excuse the penalties now, whether they're valid or not. They're getting called. Something got to happen. So hopefully, one or two things happen. Connor McGovern comes in and he's an upgrade. If he's not an upgrade, hopefully it lights a fire under Connor Williams, and when they put him back in the game, he's more consistent in regards to not getting penalties.
Yeah, you're right, man. Absolutely right. Almost everything you said, I'm with it, man. Because we're Scorpios, man. Scorpios think alike.
Yeah. Hey, listen, bro. From the Bay Area. Let me get to the rest of the calls, though, man. I appreciate the love, man. Keep calling through. All right?
Right on, my brother. Right on. Late.
All right. Y'all, man. Y'all the best, man. Y'all the best. I saw a comment in here I wanted to touch on. I should have wrote it down. I'll find it, and I'll get back to it, y'all. Let's get to 469. You've been holding 469. What it do?
What's up, Sky? This is the pre-med student from last week.
This my calf guy, right?
But hey, you remember what I was talking about these timelines, these injuries? That was a mailbag.
Pre-med. Can I put you in here as pre-med?
Sure.
I'll put you in as pre-med. Pre-med, can you talk to me, man? What's going on with these timelines? I'm confused.
All right, because I was talking about it. I have a theory about what the Cowboys are doing, right? Mm-hmm. Because we've seen photos of DL doing these heel toe things. If your foot is broken, or if it's like it's still trying to progress, you're gonna work out that foot. You're gonna try to get the strength back into that foot. But he's doing the drills that he's doing. And what he's coming out on Twitter and saying, like, coming back soon and stuff, I think he can come back. I think what the Cowboys are doing is since Randy got hurt and obviously Gallimore hasn't came back yet, well, I think what the Cowboys are doing, and then Broderick was like, we're probably not going to see them until after the Saints game. They're probably, all three of them probably going to come back at the same time. It's going to be crazy.
Do you
I think all three of
I don't mean to cut you off. My apologies. Do you think that they're doing this because the Cowboys are 7-2?
Yeah. If the Cowboys weren't 7-2, then they would have came back by now.
Okay.
These timelines would have been rushed a little bit more. They would have came back. I have full confidence in that.
Yeah. It's just concerning, pre-med. But what else you got for us?
Also, Connor Williams, man. See, I'm from McKinney. You know that's right next to Frisco.
Oh, you right around the corner from me. Yeah.
Yeah, I met Connor Williams because we had a new coach that came to Boys in 2016. And I met Connor Williams because he played underneath that coach, right?
Sure.
I was just talking to my friend about it last night. Neither one of us liked him from then. I haven't liked Connor Williams since. Because he came in talking about some motivation stuff and whatever. He just did not seem like a team player, bro. I'm just going to be completely honest. He just did not seem like a team player. And Connor McGovern, it's time for him. Like, it's time to see what he got. Like, this whole Terrence still starting first. Like, I would like to explore that idea if Connor McGovern fails, but it's time for him, like, he needs to be first priority over time. Like,
that's all. That's it. That's it. What you just said. Let's see what McGovern got. If it fails, and y'all have heard me say this on this show plenty of times. That's why I wish this happened kind of later in the season. I have no problem at all exploring next year when you got the off season to train appropriately, you got the off season to implement all these things. Having LC at left guard if you don't want to draft one, and Terrence at right tackle if that's what you want to do. I ain't got a problem with that. But right now, god dang it, LC's your best right tackle. We let's see what McGovern got, and if he got something, maybe that's what you roll with next year, and you got that that ace in the hole with Terrence Steele as your swing tackle, because we know that Tyron Smith is going to go down. That just is what it is.
Yeah, I mean Terrence Steele's always just meant to be a swing tackle too. He was just a hell of a swing tackle.
Yeah, I'll give him this though, Pre-Med. I think he's played his way into a starter. Like I don't know if it's going to be on this team at this moment, but I think if you start Terrence Steele, I don't think anyone should have a problem with that. Specifically on the right side. Left side, he's got one good game, one bad game, but that second game kind of gave me more confidence. But we got a good situation going.
Yeah, but anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I've been talking my mess around this campus. I go to Texas State, so I've been talking my mess around this campus, these Kansas Chiefs fans this week. So yeah, we gonna pull out a good win. All right, man. I'm gonna call you next week. Thank you for everything, man.
No, thank you, bro. Appreciate you. Shout out to my guy Vach in the building. Hey, Vach, did you see me fussing earlier, Vach? Hey, Manny, where you at, Manny? Come to the front line. Let me tell y'all what Manny told me, man. Manny said, Sky, don't turn into Mickey Spagnola. Oh, man. Hey, that's worse than anything that old head done said. You know what I mean? I ain't no goddamn on Mickey up in here now. Come on. 469. What it do? All these 469s.
Hey, what's up, Sky? Good morning, man.
What's up, brother? How you?
Doing wonderful. Hey, I just want to say, they keep on calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, are we still them boys? Man, hey, Cowboy Nation, I just want to let y'all know, all these other AFC games, it don't matter. We only have 4 games we really need to worry about. 4. We got to beat the Eagles. We got to beat the Giants. We got to beat the Redskins twice. That's 11. That's 11-6. Everything else is just icing on the cake. Everything else is just icing on the cake and trying to get. It don't matter if we have to start with the wild card and go all the way through and smash everybody, because we can do that. We have the possibility of doing that. That's really what I gotta say, man. And once again, I appreciate you, man. I've been going through a lot lately, and being able to watch you guys grow. Man, it used to be a point where we had to watch Dallas Cowboy Report with talking about Jason Witten, and he wasn't even on the team. Jeff Heath coming back. Dude, saying he was a good safety. I'm just saying, man, like, I appreciate y'all, man.
Thanks, bro.
So much, man. Like, that I don't even really watch TV no more. I just turn on my YouTube and turn you guys on, bro.
I appreciate that.
For real, man.
Let me touch on. Can I touch on something you said though?
Go ahead.
Get back to football.
My bad.
So you don't really care if the Cowboys get the number 1 seed.
It don't matter.
Okay.
It don't matter.
I mean, I love the confidence.
We the Dallas Zoo. We got lions. We got gazelles. We got people galloping all over you feel me? We got a bear. You know what I'm saying? Just in case we need a bear, we got a bear. So we got wolves. We got it's the Dallas Zoo.
Let me tell you this though. It would be nice to only have to win 2 games to get to that bowl. You know what I mean? So, I hope they are playing for the number 1 seed. I feel you. If they don't get it, the number 2, number 3, you got a team that you believe can go anywhere. But I definitely want that number 1, bro.
I understand. I feel you too. Because it's an easier road. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Play smart. Yeah, I get you.
Hey, man, but look, I appreciate the call and the love as always, good brother. Thank you.
All right, man. You be blessed. You have a blessed weekend, and we still them boys.
My man. I promise y'all, if they win this whole thing, invite this man to the parade. Invite that man to the parade. Shout out to my guy Mel Hayes in the building. More folks still coming through here. I appreciate you guys. I believe Marcus, one of the callers, shouted you out. What's up, Marcus?
What's going on, my dude?
I'm good, brother.
Hey, man, I'm gonna just say some random things. First off, I'm not a minister. I got away with words. My dad is actually a minister. He's a new minister. I'm too much. I'm a little bit righteous and ratchet, so I can't be a minister right now. So I'm about 60-40 now. I'm about 60% righteous, 40% ratchet. You know what I mean? So, I appreciate the love, but I'm gonna go ahead and correct that quote because that's what I do. It's Aristotle, one of my favorite philosophers of all time. He said, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit."
I love it.
I'm going to say that one more time. We are what we repeatedly do. So excellence then is not an act, but a habit. That is Aristotle. That is not me. That is Aristotle. And I'm going to go ahead and just say this. I'm going to get you all because I'm out here hustling and bustling in the streets. You're probably going to hear my Google Maps going off real quick. But I just want to say this. Hey, Cowboy Nation, one game at a time. One game at a time.
You ain't lying.
There you go.
Hey, appreciate
So,
you as always. Go ahead, Marcus.
No, I'm just going to say, one game at a time, Cowboy Nation. They cannot match up with us. They cannot match up with us. That defense, I'm going to say two things. And it's funny that Okoye said this yesterday, and I was literally exercising. Hold on a second. It's funny that Okoye said it yesterday. They basically have 4 playmakers on defense, but they have 0 scheme.
No scheme.
Which they play out of position quite a bit. And all we have to do, Kellen Moore, Dak, and company, all you got to do is take advantage. Because if we go up on them early, it's a wrap. If we go up 14-0, that game is over with. Please believe they are not built to come back from a deficit.
Well, y'all bringing it. Ooh, you throwing some shit. So Patty and them can't come back.
Basically, he doesn't. Have you seen any games where he's basically come back from an offense that is basically on the level of his offense, if not better?
This year,
I'm going to say better because we don't have the turnover problem like he does. He has a massive turnover problem, and it is what it is. The numbers are there. He is prone to turn the ball over.
Oh, spicy.
He has really bad. He has really bad mechanics for an MVP caliber quarterback, and he doesn't make really good decisions, and he doesn't read the field very well. Ooh. So don't believe him because the statistics say he is the least blitzed quarterback in the league for a reason. Because he can't read coverage. He can't read coverage as well as people think that he can. He cannot.
That's what we talked about with Okoye, right? I said, and this is no offense. This is no offense to Patrick Mahomes.
I was literally thinking about that, and I was like, man, he's really not that good.
Oh,
like I'm not gonna disrespect him like he's trash, but I'm talking about.
Hey, Marcus.
No. I gotta say it, guys. If you had Pat Mahomes right now on the Texans, does he elevate that team?
I think so. Oh man, yes, right. I mean,
if you put him on the Raiders right now, does he elevate that team?
I mean, I'm gonna say
you put him on the Ravens, does he elevate that team? I'm just naming off teams that are basically competing for playoff spots. He is built for Kansas City. He can't do what he's doing anywhere else.
So spicy.
And that's all I got to say about that. Again, God has his hands all over you, bro. Keep pushing. Keep thriving. Because I want all the smoke this weekend. I'm ready.
No, you do.
I wasn't going to call you until next Monday. I wasn't going to call you until next Monday after the game. But I want the smoke right now because I'm sick and tired of these 3 and these 4-letter networks crapping on my boys. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. Let's get it. We coming. Hey, what if I say, Pat, I need you to come outside.
Come outside real quick, Pat.
Hey, Pat, where's my money?
What?
Hey, Pat,
what win?
What bike? The Beach Cruiser, the one I let you use, the one I've been asking you about. Oh, that bike. I didn't know you wanted it back, homie. It's right over here.
You want
I
some
want
pops?
all the smoke.
No.
Man, I want you to put that gun down, son, and get knocked out like your father used to, Pat. Hey, Pat, I want it. I want all the smoke. Because when they get throttled, when they get choked out, I just want to see what everybody has to say.
Yeah.
When we choke them out, I want to hear what everybody got to say.
Let me tell you something.
Normally, I'm real reserved and I'm cool, but I want to smoke this weekend. I'm ready.
It's a different feel, Mark. It's a heavyweight fight. I promise you. If we go out there and we manhandle these boys like this,
I got a warm fuzzy feeling right now, like I done had about 3-4 shots of brown. I feel good.
Listen, Marcus. If we go out there and do this, I'm going to cut up that part what you said about Patty, and I promise you, I'm giving you your flowers,
bro. Hey man, shout out to the caller for giving me that love, man.
Yeah.
It's nice to be noticed. You know what I'm saying? But again, man, Cowboy Nation. You know, I know I just bloviated a lot. You know, I got my chest out, but at the same time, man, the message still don't change, man. It's one game at a time, bro.
Yeah.
One game at a time. Let's continue to choke folks out and make statements every single week. We 0-0. Let's go from 1-0.
All right, man.
Hey, man, you have a great weekend, bro. Stay blessed. Like I said, God got his hands all over you, bro. You just keep doing what you're doing, bro.
Hey, as always, man, I appreciate your words.
All right, man.
Have a good weekend. That was a lot. That was a lot. That got me pumped up. That reminded me of the round table, honestly, man. You know, we was pumping ourselves up for this game. But boy, I'm not even going to dive all the way into the Patty stuff because I want to see. I kind of agree a little bit of what he's saying in the sense of the mechanics and things like that. You know, he's a little wild. He shoots from the hip. But boy, he said, woo, Marcus guy, he's spicy, man. He's spicy. Listen. We're going to get to my guys, North and Reek, in a second, but I want to start the first part of the mailbag segment. So do me a quick favor and make sure as we get ready to do that, y'all hit that like button. It's been a spicy show today, man. It's been a spicy show. Subscribe if you haven't and share this thing with your friend, family, and foe. Woo! Spicy, man. Y'all spicy today. I like it. All right, listen, first up is our guy. He's always jumping in the chat and the phone lines. James Reynolds over on Twitter. He says, who is your dark horse player for this week, Cowboys Nation? Last week it was J. Lou. Who shows up this week? And remember, we all can jump in on this mailbag. For me, my dark horse player is one Osa Odigizua. He had a hot start, man. He's been very, very quiet in the last month of the season. And we know how important that interior pressure is to get at Patrick Mahomes. So I think two rookies, Osa versus Creed Humphrey, is going to be a nice, fun matchup to watch this week and an important matchup because if you can get to, and I think that's what Tennessee did. They got a lot of interior pressure on Pat. If you can get pressure on any quarterback up the middle, it helps. But a guy like this is even more key because he can make, off-center throws. He can make crazy throws from all different kinds of angles. And ain't too many angles you can throw at when there's a guy directly in your face coming up the middle, getting beat off the snap in 1.52 seconds. So my dark horse player this week is Osa Odigizua. Let's see what y'all got here. Scott says KZ. Buck says Basham. CD, I wouldn't call CD dark horse though, right? Donovan Wilson, that's a good one too, Brandon C. I talked up Donovan Wilson all week, be it in the chats with some people, DMs, be it, on the show. We did at the round table. I think that's a good one, Donovan Wilson. Who got here? Gallup, Basham, a lot of Basham. J-Ron Curse, Schultz. That's a good one too, I didn't even think about offensively. He said J. Lou. I'm thinking defense. Offensively, Schultz could definitely be a dark horse because, thanks to Professor O, we found out that the Chiefs tight ends are the tight ends against the Chiefs. They're 32nd in the league in yards per target. So Schultz is a good one too. Who else we got in here? Oh, y'all got some good ones. LVE. We're going to talk about LVE later. Y'all probably saw the question. Malik Hooker says Jackie Flash. J-Rock, a.k.a. J-Ron Curse. AB Armstrong. I'm surprised Armstrong just popped in here because Armstrong had a great game last week. He's another one that you want to get some pressure on Patty. Oscar, I'll talk to my young buck. I got you. All right, man. Let's get to my guy Reek. What's up, Reek?
Yo, what up? What up, Sky? What up, Cowboy Nation? What we doing out here, man? Let's get them likes and them shares up in that chat.
Yes, sir.
You
Hey,
feel me?
it's been a fire show today, man. What you got for us?
What I got for you is, man, who my dark horse is? The whole defense. The whole defense is my dark horse. They got to step it up. Everybody got to be physical, man.
Yeah.
Set it in the round table. Everybody needs to be physical on both sides of the ball and special teams, and cut down on these penalties. And get the ball in your playmakers' hands real early, because this is a playmaker type of game.
Sure.
I don't care if you get the ball the Pollard first or the CD first, but either one of them dudes got to touch the ball first and often, many times, because we got to push the ball up and down the field. I want to quiet that KC crowd. I want to take the air out of the building. I want to not pat Mahomes around. You know what I mean? And my whole thing is like this too. We can't. I know we homers. We can't disrespect Pat Mahomes. The dude is a former MVP, and the dude went to the Super Bowl 2 times straight. He might have lost the Super Bowl last year, but we know why he lost the Super Bowl.
Hey, Reek.
We can't sleep on that dude, huh?
Hey, I ain't sleeping on no Patty, but I'm gonna excuse Marcus because this is one of you know what I think that was. You know how when there's a heavyweight fight, where's any fight? Boxing, they go up and they talking to each other at the presser or what have you, the weigh-in and all that stuff. I think that's what that was, right? Like, I don't care who's on the other side of me. I'm going to talk my talk, right? At the end of the day, once you get in that ring, though, you definitely respect your opponent, because if you don't respect your opponent, you can get knocked out. So I just think Marcus is feeling good this week. It's a heavyweight fight. You know what I'm saying? Got to talk yourself. You know.
Talk your stuff.
Yeah,
Your stuff. Man, my whole thing is like this. Let's not underestimate our opponent.
Right.
He's a bad man when he gets started. The whole point of my conversation is don't let him get started. Let's hit him, drop him on his head, make him scared. You know what I'm saying? Because the dude's a fighter, and I got to give him his props. But you know what? This is Dak Prescott's game. Dak played his game. This team played their game. We gonna steamroll. I ain't scared of nobody in the NFL. I think if we playing on our A game, all cylinders, and we not coming out here bland, and we playing physical, and we letting these dudes know this our game. Y'all can't have this game. We need that.
You
know what I mean?
We should, and I said this early in the season, no way in hell you should be scared of nobody. But on the flip side, I think teams are now looking at Dallas, or fans at least, I ain't gonna talk about the players, but the fans are at least looking at Dallas like, damn, we got to play the Cowboys. And that's really what we should be thinking about week to week, is that teams now have to play us and look at us as this is a problem, as opposed to last year was, I can't wait to play Dallas. Andy Dalton, Ben DiNucci, Mike Nolan. It's a whole different ballgame this year, bro.
Yeah, man. I just want to not, you know what I'm saying? My whole thing is like this, man. I just want to knock these dudes out, man, and then, let's get ready for this short week, because we got another opponent coming up. You know what I mean? But let's handle these dudes first. That's what I want to manhandle. I just want to be physical and fast. What my man said, run, hit, and talk. You already know. All right, Cowboy Nation, that's my time, and I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Peace.
Hey, JC, you wasn't here earlier. I don't think you was here earlier. I said I hate to be that guy, but this is my goddamn show. So when I say, hold up, let me combat. See, you must don't know our relationship, though, JC. So I'm going to let that go. Let's get back to the mailbag, man. Question number 2 from Zach Hodges. Man, he's been a fan from day one on all platforms. He says, if you were Kellen Moore, would you rather use the run game as your main source of offense, to control the time of possession, or just try to run up the score by any means necessary? Zach, I'm not sure if you're specifying this week exactly or just in general, but what I want to do is I want you guys to go check out this article over at The Ringer, man. Great article that was dropped yesterday by The Ringer. My apologies, I don't have the author or the writer's name, But he essentially talked about Kellen's non-system system that dates back to Boise State. Great, man. Just a really great article. Breaks down a whole lot. Here's a quote from the article. It says, Boise State wasn't so interested in imposing its will on a defense. Instead, Peterson's team wanted to present looks that forced the defense to make a choice. How to adjust to a certain motion or where to deploy extra bodies against a formation, which would inevitably leave the defense vulnerable somewhere on the field. In other words, the Broncos were letting opposing teams pick their poison. That should sound familiar because we talk about how do you want it type of offense. And all year, Kellen Moore hasn't been trying to impose his will on you. He's saying, okay, is this how you want to play us? Cool. There's times he has when clock is, run clock and things like that. Or if you play back, I'm just going to run down your throat type thing. So I would say don't switch anything up. Continue to play that numbers game. Continue to deploy different type of formations and put bodies here and bodies there to get a read on what the defense is, what they want to do, how they want to play you, and then you just go to where the vulnerability is in the defense. So I don't know that there's one way. That article is great, man. It talks about there not being one way. And if you read further, this is also there. Their concept and their usage and success rank. They're 11th in no huddle, but they're first in success. 13th in motion, but they're third in success. 21st in play action, but second in success. 13th in RPO, but second in success. To me, what that says is we don't have to do one of these things all the time to be great at it. But when we do them, God dang it, we good. So to answer your question, I would say neither. I would say continue to just deploy what you're doing and let the game come to Dak and Kellen. They're on the same page, and you love to see it. North of the Star. What you got for us, good brother?
How's it going, Sky? How's it going? I agree. I would just keep it the way it's going. That's why Dak is so good. He's playing so good right now, so you keep it in his hands. You give him a run-pass option. He gets the line, and he gets to determine what's going. And hopefully this line change, the running game and the pass game will be working. I'm not sure why people are really questioning it. For me, this is the coaching staff has earned this ability to see if this line can get better. So right now they're taking this 4-game in 22-day stretch to kind of see, and if anything, you can go back to Connor Williams. But for every other team, Connor Williams is the mouse in the house, like we like to say. So they're trying to make sure there's no mouse in this house.
Yes, that's a great point. And really, Connor's been the mouse in the house in regards to penalties. And you know what? If I'm a player, I'm just sitting there thinking as we talking, North. If I'm a player, y'all tell me if this is odd thinking, but if I'm a player, just like in basketball, I always use this analogy, I'm going to try to agitate my opponent if I know he's that type of guy. They send goons. That's what they call them. They send goons in there to commit fouls and things like that. If I know Connor Williams has a target on his back, North, why would I not start doing things to get noticed, right? Why would I not throw my hands up? And sometimes in the NFL, they throw their hands up, they look, they throw the flag. Throw my hands up or you fall or you do something stupid around Connor Williams, referee going to throw the flag, right? So it's not just now the referees that's probably targeting you. It's likely going to be the coaching staff too.
Yeah. And this coaching staff, I know, like I said, players, fans, they like to take it one game at a time. They have to be looking forward a little bit. And when you look forward at the best teams and you're looking at the NFC, and even this week with Chandler Jones, there's those players. Aaron Donald, we're going to have to figure out a way to stop them because these are the guys that can wreck the game. And if Williams is going to get a holding call, it's all good when we're putting up 40 points, we're winning by a couple scores. But if in a close game, we can't have it,
Yeah. I like the timing, man. Guys, I really do like the timing of this. We talked about it at the top of the show. You got 8 games. 17 games now. Where are we at here? 7 and 9. So you got about 8 games left, and you have plenty of time to see if this works. If it doesn't work, now you have some time to adjust and adapt, and not just another hat tip to the coaching staff. And again, I got to use the word allegedly because I don't think unless there's a press conference that happened just now, I'm not watching the news. I know how we are in the morning. I don't see anything official from the team yet, but all reports, all indications, sources inside the Star state that Connor McGovern is going to be the left guard. So we'll follow that.
Yeah, because even some of the fullback stuff, I was wondering if even that eventually in the play, if that's a way to chip those three techniques that are coming up field, I was wondering if we would end up passing out of it, and you would have that almost as a security blanket. Yeah.
Yeah, they passed out of it
and then,
a few times.
Yeah, my absolute dark horse, I'm going to try to throw it on defense. I'm going to say Malik Hooker. If we're moving Curse down into that linebacker role more this week, and Hooker's going to play the too high, if Dan Quinn's going to go like everyone else and try and play this too high. So, Hooker hasn't had an interception in a while. Eyes on Mahomes watching. Hopefully he comes down with one.
Yeah, I like that. It's been a while. They haven't played Malik back too much this year. He's played around the line of scrimmage in man against some of the tight ends. And I was completely wrong on Hooker. I thought Hooker was going to be the roof guy. I thought he was going to compete with KZ. But he's been in the box more often than not. But, Hooker's another good one because if he does play around that line of scrimmage, they do match him up against Kelsey, can he get an interception? Or just contain him at the very least?
Yeah. Well, the thing is, Hooker had that ability to play single high, and KZ has it. So you think if you're playing him at split safety, they should have pretty good range and beats on the ball, I guess, to go get it.
This could be that week to go what I consider big dime. It's your four or big nickel. You want to call it that too. There's different variations. You can go big dime if you intend on putting Micah Parsons at the LOS on the edge on third downs, and you put Curse in the middle of the field, and then on the other side you got Donovan Wilson. Then in the back end you got your two safeties and Hooker and Curse. Or you go big nickel, bring Curse down, and you got Hooker and KZ floating at the top. So I think this might be a good week to do it because they don't run the ball to try to run at you. They run the ball just to keep you honest.
Yeah, and I don't know if this is crazy. I don't know if Patrick Mahomes is usually a quarterback you spy, but I would almost want Micah Parsons spying, and the minute that Pat Mahomes breaks the pocket, it's like attack. Because once he goes one way or the other, he's going to stay to that side of the field. So I don't know if that's weird, but I think that's how I'd want to play Parsons against him, spy, and then just attack Mahomes once he goes right or left.
I don't think it's weird. I think we either had a caller or a comment or somebody said it the other day, and right off the bat, I'm like, Patrick Mahomes is not really a Kyler Murray, Jalen Hurts. He's not really trying to run all crazy. But then what did Patrick Mahomes say yesterday? Yeah, I haven't been scrambling that much. And he starts talking about I'm going to get back to doing that and things like that. I don't know if this is gamesmanship or not. So now it's like, okay. So if this is going to be the week he decides to take off, you might have to, at certain spots, spy Micah Parsons on him. Even though I want Micah coming to get him, man. But that's just not what you have to do.
Yeah, and Pat Mahomes has sometimes those images that kind of go, not viral, many viral, where it's like the pocket's good and he just breaks it. It's just he's just uneasy back there right now. But I like Cowboys' chances this week, but it is Pat Mahomes in the end. I know that guy was kind of putting him down, but he can do amazing things. And it might just be, at the end of the day, this throw that there was no defense for ends up beating you. But yeah. I think Cowboys are going to go out and make a statement this week.
I'm with you, man. I'm not going to
get my another statement.
Well, I think this one is the state. We talked about all year, right, North? Checkmark game, checkmark game, checkmark game. I think this is a statement game. I don't care if people try to downplay what the Chiefs are doing. They're not what the Chiefs were 2-3 years ago, whatever, but they're on the 3-game winning streak, put up 41 the week before, and you're going into Arrowhead. God dang it, this is a statement game. Playing against Patrick Mahomes. Statement game, bro. Appreciate you, North.
Yeah, and I was –
yeah, one more.
Yeah, one quick thing as I go out. Just one thing I was liking about the schedule, I was thinking about it. You opened up against Tampa, good test right off the start. Mm-hmm. Now, midway point, you're going to get another good test. Mm-hmm. And we'll see if Arizona gets back to form. But at the end of the year, you're going to have another good test about to go in the playoffs. So I think that's perfect.
It is. Man, this is just lining up. I just love the way things are kind of coming together for this team. The schedule is not a soft schedule by any means. And you're getting these good testing points in the middle, beginning, middle, end of the season. The injuries, while we hate to see them, they haven't been severe, so you're getting some guys back towards the end. It's lining up, just small little things that usually at the end of a special season, you look at all these things, you say, dang, man, this just really was that year. So just keep it going.
All right, have a good Friday, Sky. Enjoy the weekend, Cowboys Nation. Enjoy the game, settle in, and enjoy the ride.
Appreciate you, brother. Have a good weekend, man. Woo! Fire show today, man. Fire show. We got some more mailbag questions we'll get to. We'll keep the lines open while the mailbag is going. 351-999-3787. Let me get back into the chat, too, give y'all some love over here. Stephen White says, a huge primetime road game. the Zeitgeist game. You know, I know Zeitgeist, the conspiracy documentary, but I don't know. Can you explain what the Zeitgeist game means, Stephen White? I find that interesting. I do want to. Oh, he said I agitate him. Flo asked about Bohanna. Bohanna was a healthy scratch last week. I highly doubt they use him this week because of the nature of this team. If this was, I'm trying to think of a run team, Tennessee, right? I'm pretty sure you want the big boy up in there, but in this game, you probably want more twitchier, faster pass rush type of guys up front, as opposed to your big body dudes like Bohanna. So he was a healthy scratch last week. I'm guessing he'll be a healthy scratch this week unless something happens today. All right, hold tight, the lunatic. I definitely got you, but I want to get to the next question on the mailbag. It's from Joey over on Facebook. He says, my question is, why don't Dan Quinn's defense blitz more? We would be unstoppable. Well, my answer to that, Mr. Joey on Facebook, is he does. Heading into November, the Cowboys were top 10 in blitz rate. And on third downs, they send a blitz 43% of the dropbacks, again, heading into November. And trust and believe me, Cowboys Nation, I don't got to tell you guys, you probably notice it, but that is a drastic improvement from the last 2 years under Rod Marinelli, who was notoriously doesn't blitz, and Mike Nolan, who I don't know what the heck that was last year. We don't know what he was doing. So Mr. Joey, he is blitzing more, and I think he's blitzing effectively. He's also running a lot of stunts with the blitzes as well. So listen, man, Dan Quinn has adapted. I'll say that. He's adapted, he's adjusted, and I think he's a better defensive coordinator today than he was in 2014. And I'll stand on that. The Lunatic, what's up, man?
Sky, Cowboys Nation, buenos dias.
What's going
Getting
on?
ready for a Kansas City weekend. I just don't understand it. They've seen the Kansas City defense, right? They've seen our offense. Yes, it's in Kansas City, but we've seen an offense play at Kansas City week 5, like our offense in Buffalo. And look what happened. We're going to win the coin flip. Don't be surprised. We're going to take the ball again. Mike McCarthy's going to say, that's right. Your defense can't stop us, and we're going to score first. We're going to put pressure on that defense. I don't care how much Spags blitz us. Mahomes is good against the blitz. Guess who's right up there with him this year? Dak. As far as completion percentage.
Yeah. He's way better than Mahomes against the blitz this year, brother.
Exactly. That's why, yes, it's that 10-year Jason Garrett thing. Oh, yeah, we can't underestimate it. NFL, good teams beat deficient teams. Kansas City is deficient on one side of the ball. That's their defense. What's our strength? Our offense. So here's, again, wonderful thing about you said about Connor Williams. I go back to Jalen Smith. Everybody on the team knew that was Jerry's man. That was a business he went into with Jalen Smith. They cut him. A message. Then they go to Seawill. Mike McCarthy loves, he says it every week. Analytics tell you, you play the same 5 guys, you're going to win a lot of games. Then they go to Seawill, who's played, I believe, if not the most games in the last 2.5 years in our O-line because of injuries. Yep. They go to him and says, we've got a deficiency. We're going to demote you. That's another message. That is just a message this team needs, saying we're not going for NFC East champs. We're going for one of the top 2 seeds so that we can make a deep playoff run. That's a great message to send after a 40-point win, where, as you told me last week, there isn't much we can complain about the win. There was one, and this coaching staff is addressing it. Yeah. I love it. I love it. Don't underestimate our offense. As you said, statement win every single week. Dallas 38, Kansas City 24, because they cannot stop our run, and we're going to kill them on the pass. Thank you, Sky. Cowboys Nation. Oh, yeah, tell them haters. Puro pinche Cowboys.
That's how you say it. Appreciate you, my guy. Appreciate you. Lunatic always come with the fire, man. Yeah, he mentioned the blitz stuff, and I meant to talk about that yesterday. We briefly kind of went over it, but Spags, I don't think is going to change. Justin talked about it, A to Z sports writer for Kansas City. I don't think he's going to change. I think he's going to send the heat. He's going to send the house. And Dak has been the best quarterback against the blitz this year. He's number one if you like PFF ratings in the ratings department. But if you screw the ratings department, just go look at the numbers. He's the only quarterback in the NFL with double-digit touchdowns against the blitz, and he has 15 of them. So not only is he burning you by completing first downs or just completing the passes, he's burning you for tutties. Think about this for a second. He has 20 touchdowns. 15 are against the blitz. I mean, I don't know. That's not necessarily a disrespectful thing to keep blitzing him just because Pat's not getting blitzed. But at some point, you got to try something different, right? And teams said, screw that. You're not beating me. You know, the Chargers, we're going to play back. You're not beating me deep. And then we run on you. So it's just one of those pick your poison. How do you want it type of offenses? And I just love to see it. Yeah, there was some static there, Mark. We got through it, though. We got through it. All right, let's get back to the mailbag here. Fourth question comes from, I think it was Magneto. I'm sorry, I meant to put your name up there, Magneto. Magneto over on Twitter. He says, what the hell happened to LVE? And why will Micah's career trajectory be different? LVE was an all-pro his rookie year and is average at best even now when healthy. Well, Magneto, I think LVE's injuries, number one, caught up to him. That's for sure. I don't think he got quicker as he got older here. Maybe the injuries made him a little bit slower. And then this year, he just doesn't fit this scheme, in my opinion. I'm not saying LVE is a bad player, terrible player, things like that. This isn't new news here to me. Y'all know I've been saying I didn't think Jalen or LVE fit this what Dan Quinn wants. So, and then your back part of the question was, why will Micah's career trajectory be different? Well, that's a different beast. He was a different beast coming out of college. He was a different beast in college. He has all world talent. I don't think anyone could say that about LVE coming in. He was a sound rookie. Micah's a freak. Somebody in the chat said, hey, Sky, do you compare him to LeVar Arrington? I mean, that's a good comparison. And George Edwards coached LeVar Arrington in Washington, and he made that same comparison. He said, we're doing some similar things with Micah as we did with LeVar. First two downs, we have him playing that linebacker. Third down, we rushed him because he was great at doing that. So I think the trajectory, why it's going to be different, because Micah is different. Micah was an elite talent coming in. I don't know that LVE ever was an elite talent coming in. There was something in here I wanted to get at. Somebody explain ratchet from Marcus. I missed that terminology. This is why I absolutely love y'all Cowboys Nation. The diversity that we have on this show and in this community is apparent. He said, I'm righteous and ratchet. And I love that. Absolutely love that. Righteous and ratchet. I'm not going to go into detail, old head, on what ratchet is. Let's just say he's righteous, but what's the opposite of righteous sometimes, right? And that's what he is, He totes the line, he says I'm 60% righteous, 40% ratchet. And sometimes you got to have that mix. That's all I'm going to say about that. All right, let's get to the final question of the mailbag. Devon Brown over on YouTube. And we talked about this at the top of the show. Tank Lawrence. He says, can you talk about Tank? I don't think he's worth the money. And he's coming back close to the end of the season. Was pretty much a wasted season, essentially, what he's saying. I would try to trade him and build off the young guys. We're 7-2 right now. He's not going to come back to the end of the year. It is a broken foot. one of the things that was holding me off from completely dismissing anything like this was, fam, we got to see what he looks like after this broken foot, because that's not something that a lot of people come back from twice and are the same type of player at that position too. So I think it's fair, man. Is it a fair question? Let me go back and see how he said that there. He said it wasn't even a question. He's just a statement. I would try to trade him and build off the young guys. Let me go take one more look, because it's been a while since I took a look at his contract. Bear with me, y'all. Bear with me. Because it really comes down to that. I mean, you can get rid of guys nowadays with the contracts, but you don't want to put yourself in a crazy hole when you don't have to. And I'm not one for just getting rid of Tank Lawrence, but with the guys playing the way they play, you get Randy Gregory back. You got the draft. You know what I mean? It makes you wonder. So let me see what we got here. Y'all might already know. So if you want to trade Tank in 2022, you're looking at an $8 million cap hit. That's not bad. And you're looking at a dead cap, and you're looking at a $19 million cap savings with a 2023 dead cap of $11 million. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money, man. That's a lot of money. I don't know what y'all want to do about that, but that's a lot of money. That's a lot of dead cap. Only way I would try to do that, Devon, is if he comes back and he looks terrible. We get to the offseason right before there's that weird deadline where there's like guarantees, I think, in the contract. And, he's not progressing well with his injury, or he's disgruntled or something weird. Then, yeah. But that's a lot of dead cap to have. It's a total of $19 million over 2 years. You do save $19 million though in 2020 or 2022. So beginning of the year, when it happened, when he broke his foot, I absolutely dismissed this. Sitting at 7-2 with a defensive coordinator that is finding a way to get it done with the guys that he has, I don't necessarily think this is a far-fetched idea anymore. I don't think it's a far-fetched idea. So, if you're in that side of things, I'm gonna get to the chat here to see what you're saying. I ain't mad at you. Because Randy, you got to make him a priority, right? We know Micah can rush the passer. Let's get Ghostin going. Some of these other young guys. There's also free agency. There's also the draft. TBD. To be decided. What y'all talking about? Tom says he consistently gets pressures on the QB and also can set the edge. Get me a guy who can make the QB uncomfortable. That is D-Law. When D-Law is healthy, when D-Law is on, that is D-Law. I don't want to dismiss D-Law. But what the subscriber is saying is, he's missed the whole entire season, essentially. He broke his foot. Would you be opposed to trading him? Would y'all be opposed to trading D-Law in the offseason? This is the offseason talk, but it's Mailbag Friday. Devon, that's Devon right there. What's up, bro? He said he stayed hurt. He only had 2 good seasons. A bit much there, brother. Miss Jackie says it's a bad contract. You're stuck. Even Steven said you ain't that guy. Pick and Pop says we saved $21 million. We want sacks. You keep the 80% win rate. He's Byron Jones. Ooh, Miss Jackie, spicy this morning. Miss Jackie. Okay, now I got to start defending them now. Now listen, y'all. Okay? When D-Law is playing, D-Law is one of the most well-rounded defensive ends in this game. I get it. He got paid for the sacks. Sacks were 8.5 and 6.5 the following 2 years. Not there. The pressure's been there. The run defense has been there. His consistency, in my opinion, has been there. Sacks haven't. I'm going to stand on this here. If he had not been injured this year, I think the sacks would have came, and then you can see it with Micah Parsons there, with Randy Gregory, with the scheme and things like that. I think he'd have been right back to a double-digit sack guy. But that's the caveat, right? Is the injuries. Mr. Tom Downey burner account said, trade him for what? You say he isn't worth it, but want to trade him, so that makes 0 sense. Okay, I see what you're saying. If we're saying he's not good or he's done, why would another team trade him? Well, other teams' value sometimes is higher than what you think. Is it the same foot? I'm not sure if it's the same foot, but and even if it's not the same foot, it's a broken foot, man. And that's tough on a guy who has to push off both sides of his feet. And that's rough. That's rough. Yeah, a lot of people saying they ain't mad at it. I'm getting deals. You can't replace Tank. Well, slow down, Steven. Everybody is replaceable to an extent. But yeah, seriously, you can get replaced in this league real fast. We thought that Tony Romo wasn't replaceable. Huh? We thought that La'el Collins wasn't replaceable. And what happened? Terrence Steele steps in and plays well. Dak Prescott comes in. He's your franchise quarterback now. So everybody is replaceable. D-Law forced a fumble against the Bucs. That's right. D-Law was fantastic against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Fantastic. He made plays. I full-heartedly believe had he not been injured, he would be the guy on this team leading the charge on the front line. I do believe that. Jackie Flash. Nah, Miss Jackie was first, Jackie Flash. Stephen White says, I believed in Rush. Well, listen, I was going to get ahead of ourselves. I want to keep him, but if we decide to go with the young guys, I wouldn't be mad. I got to see what we do, Sully. If we address the position, if we make a good trade, yeah. But if we're just trading them for peanuts just to get rid of the contract, no, I ain't with all that. What are we going to do with the money? I mean, we're not going to sign a premium free agent. The only guy, in my opinion, in-house that I think is a supreme priority. Supreme. When I say supreme, I mean this dude is an elite talent, and that's Randy Gregory. And I think you can still get that done with being masterful and moving money around. So I know you're probably like, what about J-Ron Kurz, KZ? Y'all cool, yeah, that's cool. I'm not prioritizing those guys over Randy Gregory. In my opinion, what I've seen from this scheme is that Dan Quinn can replace a lot of those guys. That Wilson is in-house, right? We got the young guy, Izzy, in-house. CJ says restructure his contract. The only problem is, CJ, with the restructure is you continue to kick it down the road, and I just deleted the contract, and that's what they've done. They've restructured it a few times, and his contract, his cap hit, his dead cap continues to grow when you do that. So I don't know if they want to continue to keep kicking it down the road. All right, man. If y'all don't got no more calls up in here, 351-999-3787, we are going to get to the final part of the show, and that is Feel Good Friday. And let me load this back up because I took it out. Let me load that back up while we're doing that, man. Make sure this weekend, and I saw somebody in the chat. Somebody in the chat talked about making a sign. I think that's pretty damn cool. If you're going to the game, you're going to make a sign about, I think he said Sky and who was it? Brian Broadus. This is one of those shout out things, man. If y'all do that, that's dope. Tag me in it. I'll repost it so you guys can see that, and we'll have some fun with it. But if you are in Dallas this weekend, make sure y'all come through to Texas Live, Game Day Live, Jesse and myself. It's an away game, but it's the Chiefs, so I think it's going to be, the energy is going to be crazy like it was week 1. So make sure y'all come through to Texas Live for the Game Day Live, man.
Where else you want to go? Don't nobody do it like us, bro. Oh my goodness. We beat the brakes off y'all. Whoop that trick.
Y'all know what it is. All right. Feel Good Friday, y'all. We are 2 days away from, I think, the biggest game of the season for the Dallas Cowboys to date, going into Arrowhead Stadium. So if your Feel Good Friday has something to do with the game, cool. Drop it down low. If it has anything to do with your friends, your family, yourself, your spouse, whatever, let's drop it in here and let's talk about something that makes you feel good going into the weekend. Stephen White says, I feel good, period. Okay. All right. Yeah, you feel good, man. Aaron B says, you and Jesse mesh so well on Game Day Live. Appreciate that, Aaron B. I really do, man. Jesse, good people regardless. I learned a lot from Jesse in this game in regards to, maneuvering in the broadcast world and even on air. He's helped me out a ton. Y'all don't always see it, but Jesse's awesome. He's awesome. Oh, it says, see, Jesse watches his language. See, what y'all don't, and I was going to say this earlier. Jesse is the perfect example of righteous and ratchet. And I love it, man. Absolutely love it. Miss Charlene says, my guess would be D-Laws used sparingly the rest of the season. Asked to take a pay cut. He don't come off as a guy that wants to take a pay cut. I'm going to be real. He don't come off as a guy that wants to take a pay cut, man. Jerry over on Facebook says, I would feel good if Tyron Smith plays. Well, from all indications, Tyron Smith should be playing and starting this weekend. We talked about the projected starting lineup from the rumors and the sources is Tyron Smith, Connor Williams, Tyler Biotish, Zach Martin, La'el Collins. Josh says, how did you meet, or not Josh, I'm sorry, that's Skip. Where'd you go? Modelo says, how did you meet Jesse? We reached out to him last year to come on to the Late Night Hype. He came on a few times, and we stayed in contact. And then this year when, got on with A to Z Sports Dallas, I said, man, I got the perfect co-host, man. And we've already have a relationship. They reached out to Jesse, and deal got done. And here we are. I got you, Steven. I'll check out the Facebook message, man. I'll check it out. Josh just wants a hell yeah. Josh love these hell yes.
Give me a hell yeah. I said give me a hell yeah.
Frankie Franchise, having my Friendsgiving tomorrow. Feel Good Friday. TC915 says, I finally got my Diggs jersey and it's ready to rock on Sunday. Make sure you rock that thing proudly. Appreciate you, Frankie. Tyra needs to get healthy and stay healthy, says, oh, hey, yep, he does. Tom said, can I do a show with Mo down in Mexico? I could do a show with Mo right here in Dallas. You know what I mean? I can bring Mo on, bring him through. It's the technology world nowadays. I can bring him right through here, put him right next to me, and we can do a show. Super busy schedule Mo has. He does a lot more, guys, than you think in regards to just this show and writing for A to Z. He does a lot with the Hispanic community down there in Mexico. And I'm telling y'all right now, maybe it might just be in the Hispanic community, who knows? But he's a rising star in that community for sure. It would not shock me if Derek Eagleton came calling for the young man at some point. It would not. I feel good about the beef tips in the slow cooker. Plus, we eating ribs on Sunday. Okay, Stephen White. I like it. Hey, Jackie Flash, you're going to leave Miss Jackie alone, man. She the first Jackie. I love the Jackie Flash name because of the commercial, but Miss Jackie's Miss Jackie now. Come on now. Oh, yeah, check out Jesse's Deep Blue documentary if you haven't. It's great. It's absolutely great. Michael Autry, my wife got me a Lamb jersey for my anniversary gift. What? McGovern better be left guard. I think he will be. Thank you, Vernon. Appreciate it. Says keep up the great work. And yes, TC915, rest in peace, Young Dolph. If y'all don't know, he was murdered. Hip hop artist was murdered, and I'm gonna be general here, a few days ago. So rest in peace to Young Dolph. Matish says, can you bring on Derek Eagleton? You guys sound so similar. That's so funny that you say that. I used to look up to Derek. And I still don't want to say used to, but prior to getting into this broadcast world, Derek was a guy who I'm like, man, that's what I want to do. I want to do broadcasting. I want to do media. I want to be able to bring people together, et cetera, and been listening to Derek since early 2000s, on a little iPad or whatever type of things, or not iPad, what do you call them, Jones? iPods or whatever, your little MP3 thing. I've been listening to Derek for a very, very long time. Tough guy probably to get on the show, though. He's a very busy dude. He runs all that .com stuff, so if I can, that'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. Miss Charlene says she's calling in a Victory Monday on 516. Listen, tune in on Sunday. I got some words for y'all. y'all pretty much know my prediction by now, but I always like to give the score and then why and how on Sunday. So make sure you guys tune in on Sunday, man. CJ says, feels good to get ready to move up to first place spot in the NFC. I'm calm back down. Calm back down. All right, listen, guys and ladies and gentlemen, we're going to head on up out of here, man. A to Z sports.com/Dallas. Make sure y'all check out all the articles over there from our great writers. Actually, we'll be dropping one today. Shout out to my guy, my editor, Tony Ioso. That will be coming on. So make sure, or dropping. So make sure y'all check that out and continue to keep rocking. Right? I say that all the time. Continue to keep rocking. This thing is only going to continue to grow. Continue to grow. Below says, Sky, are you a Jersey type of dude? No. I am not a Jersey type of dude. What was it there? Below, I am not. Frankie said, I've never seen Sky in a Cowboys jersey. The only time you'll see me rocking a jersey is usually when I go to the game. Yeah, I got tons of pictures of me in a jersey going to games back up in the Northeast with the hoodies on and things like that. But I'm not a jersey guy. I'll take a signed jersey, things like that, but I'm not a wearer of the jersey. But all right. Y'all have a great weekend, man. I appreciate y'all joining me as always. Y'all were great today. Fire show. For those that I might have jumped in here late or early, listen, me and O hit good. That's just what we do. All right. I don't want y'all to think that there's any issues or anything like that, man. We are a passionate fan base. I am a passionate host, as you guys know. So everything all good between O here, man. Everything all good. Appreciate you guys, man. See y'all on Sunday. Game Day Live, Jesse, myself, get ready for this thing. What my boy Bot say? Come on outside, Pat. Come on outside. We got something for you. Huh? You owe us something. How do you want it, Josh? Appreciate y'all, man. Love you. Tune in. Till next time. Peace. Shout out to CV Mac, the mod god.
I want me some glory hole.